brows to start off. I decided to show you guys how I do my brows, but I have a full-on tutorial on how I do my brows, which I will link down below. Although today my son was at home and he just wanted to kind of hang out in front of the camera, so you know, that's what you do, especially when you're a stay-at-home mom. You kind of just have to go with the flow and try to film with him not being around, but he likes to see himself in the camera every once in a while, so just say hi. His name's Jason. Anyways, we're going to move back into our brows. So for my brows, I do go in, after I get done with my brow wiz, I go in with the DIPBROW just to kind of deepen the tail part because that is where I have the least amount of brow hairs. So then I just go back in and kind of fill the rest of it in, and then I'm going to clean everything up with a little bit of concealer, and then what I do is I kind of just fade it all out. We are going to start off with the eye look first, so I am going to prep the eyes with some paint pot. You can use concealer, whatever works for you. I just always go in with my paint pot. You guys know me, I love that stuff. And then I'm just going to set it before we get working into the palette. So we're jumping right into this palette. We're going to take this color first. Like you guys, I'm sure most of you guys know, this palette does not come with names, so I'm so sorry, but I will try to find the names and link them down below. But if you guys have this palette, you guys can easily follow along. Then we're going to take this deep orange shadow and we're just going to put it right on the outer corner. As you guys can see, I'm kind of being sloppy with this, and I'm just kind of buffing it all on the outer corner and taking it in because, again, it's just kind of a easy to do look. It doesn't need any sort of direction that has to be perfect. Don't ask me why I took this really small brush to work on my outer corner. At the time, I thought it was, you know, a pretty neat idea. And then as I kept going, I was like, oh my goodness, Steph, this is just taking forever. So you can take a much bigger brush than what I am using, but I am just taking that dark brown chocolate color and I'm going to kind of just put it on the outer corner to give a little bit more effect. This is also optional, but if you want to make the color pop out, what I do is I go in with some sort of concealer or a paint pot and I'm just going to cut it out so that way the inner corner of my eyes pop that much more. So as you guys can see, I'm just taking an angled brush and I'm just cleaning everything up. Then once I get done doing that, I'm going to go in with the shimmery shade and I'm going to use a synthetic brush to pack it on. I tried using my finger, but I couldn't get the payoff from my finger to my lid as intense as I wanted it. So the synthetic brush really helps in my personal usage of the palette. For me, it has worked a lot better with the synthetic brush. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a little bit of liner. I'm not doing a winged liner, but I do want a little bit of depth right up against my lash line, so that is why I'm taking a liquid liner and just running a line over it. Decided to stop for a coffee break while I'm getting ready to put on some mascara, and then I'm going to go in and apply a little bit of mascara, and then once I get done using some mascara, I am going to prep them for falsies. And because I have no nails on, it is so easy to apply falsies right now. When I have my nails, I literally have to use the tweezers. I can't do it without it, but when I have no nails, it's freaking awesome. So we are done with the eye look. It's pretty simple, right? So now we're going to move into the face, and I'm just going to take a little bit of primer. This is a SMASHBOX primer, and I'm just going to use my hands to kind of massage it and really work it into my pores. That way they're nice and poreless. Then we're going to go in with this foundation. I like to mix these two foundations together because I find that the Sephora one is actually kind of really thick, so I don't like to use it alone, and it's really the only one right now that is my exact color. But then I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer. Yes, this concealer is pretty light, and I can see it too, although it's the only concealer that I like right now, and it's the only one that's really working, so just working with what I got, right? Then I'm just going to use a beauty sponge to kind of blend it out, and then I'm just going to set it with a little bit of MERCIER powder. As you guys can see in this clip right here, I did put some on my cheek area because I have a little bit of texture. I do find that in the summer when I don't powder enough, the texture really shows and increases right along my cheek area, so I like to kind of set that as well. Then I'm going to go in with a chocolate liner in my waterline, and I'm just going to put that all in my waterline, and then using the chocolate shadow from the palette, I'm going to go back in with a brush, a small little detail brush, and I'm going to buff it out. And once I get done doing that, I also then go in with a orange tone shadow, and I like to buff it underneath so it gives a nice faded effect. So that is the eye look right there, and now we're going to move into the rest of the face, and I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette with this Morphe brush to apply it. You guys can probably tell this contour kit gets a lot of love. I absolutely adore it. It's a great great contour palette. So that is what I'm doing. And then once I get done doing that, I decided to add a little bit more warmth to my skin because I was like, I don't know, something's going on here. So I'm going to go in with MAC's Give Me Sun and a big fluffy brush, and I'm really just going to throw it all over my face. You guys can see I'm just being crazy with it, just going ham. So then once we get done doing that, I'm going to apply a little bit of blush, and I'm going to be using the MILANI blush. It's been a really long time since I used this. I find that I only use this particular blush color in the summer. I find it looks so good on tan, sun-kissed skin. For highlight, I decided to go in with this Maybelline Master Chrome. If you guys just recently saw, I did an entire Walmart beauty haul, which I will link right here. So if you guys want to check it out, I talk about it. This thing is amazing. If you guys see it in store, definitely grab yourself at least 2 if you can get a steal out of them. They're, oh my gosh. So good, so good. So once I get done doing that, then I'm going to go in and I'm going to apply my lips. I'm going to be using this lip liner. I believe this is MAC's WHIRL. I just bought a new one, so it works so much better than my old one. And then I'm going to basically fill it all in, and I'm going to go over it with this lipstick. This is a liquid lipstick from Tarte. I want to say this is called Festival. If I am wrong, I will make sure to link it down below, but it's a great color. I love these Tarte lip paints. They are incredible. And then right on top, I just add a little bit of a lighter color just to give it a little bit of effect, and I use my finger to kind of blend it out. So that is the finished look. I hope you guys like this summer bronzy kind of look. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.